Shine with Kendell, Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.
All right, welcome to Shine with Kendell, Lenice. I am your host, Kendell, Lenice. Allow me to introduce myself to you just a little bit further. I am a certified transformational life coach, speaker, and author, as well as a certified meditation practitioner and content creator. I'm so glad that you decided to join me on my life podcast. On this podcast, I will educate, elevate, and entertain you with various topics. We will do live coaching, and I will hopefully give you a different perspective on some of your favorite topics and introduce you to new ones. I'm not sure how you stumbled upon this podcast. I'm just so glad you did. Before we get started, do me a favor and subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening and rate if you are able to. Thank you so much once again for tuning in, and now on to this week's show. Today's show is sponsored by 617 Lip Love, Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm by Lenice. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. This product is for men and women in its signature flavor, eucalyptus mint. It's the bomb, y'all. Get it today at leniceboutique.com. Protect your lips, heal your lips at all costs. 617 Lip Love Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. Support Black businesses, support women-owned businesses. leniceboutique.com. Hey y'all, how you doing? Today is, and I waited this week to do this show. Today is Sunday, November 8th. I normally don't do my shows on Sunday, but you all know what November 7th was, right? It's Blue Day. Who run the world, girls? Who run the world, girls? Since I don't own the rights to that music, I must talk about it. Now, this is not going to be a long, full episode because it doesn't have to be. We know who runs the world, and that's girls. We know that we have the first woman vice president. And not just a woman vice president, but a Black woman vice president. And we know that she didn't get there on her own, although she is smart, amazing, intelligent, and highly qualified for the position. We know that there were other women who put her in there. Stacey Abrams, Keisha Bottoms, and everybody else around this country of the United States of America who put her in office. Women, Black women, first of all, 55% of white women voted for Trump, right? Black women voted for Biden and Kamala Harris. Why? Because we knew that they can do it better. Why? Because we wanted integrity and empathy and compassion back in the White House. Obama set us up for 2 terms, 8 years of goodness and change and hope. I saw a meme that said, Obama hope, 45, because I don't say his name, 45 hate, and Joe Biden 46 heal. And his son Beau died at 46, and now he is the president of America, number 46. If you don't think God is setting this up, I don't know what else to tell you, because there's a reason for everything. And if 45 had to be in there to show us what we don't want, so be it. But he's the only president in many, many, many moons that only had 1 term. People were dancing and singing like the Wicked Witch is dead, like on the movie The Wizard of Oz or The Wiz, like having a party outside of the White House, doing the electric slide, singing "You About to Lose Your Job," and saying all of this stuff happy that he was getting evicted from the White House. I know for a fact that they're going to have to get some sage up in there, and they are going to have to smudge the heck out of that house to get all of that negative energy out of there. It was negative energy and hate that was in there. And they're going to have to do that in order to start anew. But how cool is that? So let's just talk about Biden for a second, right? How cool is that he said, you know what? I think I'm going to need a woman. Not just any woman. I think I'm going to need a black woman to help me out on this. I'm going to need a black woman to set things straight and say, hey, I'm speaking. It's my turn. Let's do this. How cool is that he said, you know what? She's going to do the job. And Biden said yesterday that African Americans have had my back and now I have yours. And he already showed an example of that by having a black woman stand by his side as his vice president. It don't get no better than that. I know the AKAs are going off. Black women are going off. Indian women, one of my cousins-in-law, she's Indian and she's so proud because she's never seen it. So there's just so many blessings within that. So many blessings. But when we talk about black women and just the power of voting, let me just say 290 to 214, democracy won. Joe Biden got more than half of the votes, while Trump didn't even make it to half. And I said his name. That's the first and last time I'm going to say his name. Didn't make it. And then they showed him all sad and upset. I mean, what do you think? Because this country was headed into a disaster, and we already know. In dealing with coronavirus, over 200 and something thousand folks have already died. You know, the hate speech, his people brigading and blocking and hurting people who were voting blue. A lot of his supporters, I was going to say his name, his supporters were terrorizing folks. And now, no longer. You know, I pray for Biden and Harris, and I pray that they're able to sustain, take their CMOS and their Biden and the vitamins and everything, and just to make sure that they're okay in that White House and that they prevail and preserve themselves, because I want to see what he's going to do. I want to see what they're going to do as far as this presidency and everything that they said that they were going to do. I believe that they're going to do it, and I want to see it get done. It's so important that we give that a chance. I just went right into the show, and I just thought about not doing my life note. So let me do my life note. It's just going to be more of what we're talking about. We're going to do my life note. One moment. Let's go. All right, it's time for this week's life note. Like I said, more of the same. Who runs the world? Girls. That's my life note for today's show. It's fact. It's true. When we set our mind to do something, we do it. Y'all know y'all can't stop a black woman. When we say, oh, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And I'm just looking at the percentage of black women right now who voted. And give me 1 second. Women who voted. Because I had it, and I just want to show you just how powerful your voice is. And sometimes people think, okay, black women often are ignored, often neglected, often not listened to when they're talking. And then just to know that you heard us, you valued us, you understood us, and you listened to the point where, boom, we did that. So democracy won in this stage. Even people who voted Republican, all of their lives had changed. And they said, you know what? We need something different. Yeah, we might agree with some of the Republican politics, but we don't agree with the hate. And they showed that, and it changed that. I just wanted to read something to you. The gender gap was expected to be historic. Instead, women voted much as they always have. All right. I just wanted to... Well, I talked about that white women, right? And this is a show who rules the world. Girls, women, ladies. But black women ruled this election. I'm just going to keep it real to the change. Because 55% of white women voted for Trump. Voted for Trump. Why he won, and I said his name again, doggone it, voted for 45. I don't like to say his name. But the black turnout, the Hispanic shift, and the support in the politics of Joe Biden and Harris won. I saw someone yesterday being interviewed, and with the swing states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia, the lady said, let's be clear. It's Detroit, Atlanta, and Philly, predominantly black cities, who made that difference. Black voters went overwhelmingly for Biden. The turnout among black voters was significantly lower in other cases, but still won. Now, let me tell you something. Black registered voters, Biden won by 94.2% of the vote, and the other by only 5% of that vote. The black community went crazy and voted. And so many people, I saw on social media that so many first-time voters voted. And they voted for Biden. They voted blue. I saw people in their 40s and 50s who never voted. I seen people in their 30s who never voted. I seen young people like my daughter, who is 21. This is the first time she got to vote for the president. And how cool is it that she can see visually that her vote counted? We're in the state of Maryland, and Maryland came out early saying that, yep, we voted for Biden and he was winning. So I love to see that democracy. I love that my daughter voted and she saw how important, and all her peers and her college group of friends saw that their vote mattered, because so many people thought that their vote didn't matter. And then the percentage of the population who used to not vote because they say, well, we're not heard. Black people are not heard. Black people's vote doesn't matter. But to show that it did matter and to show that it did work. Women were not allowed to vote, right? Then when women can vote, black women still were not allowed to vote. So people have fought. We know the history. If you don't know it, you need to look it up. People have fought to vote. Black people were hosed, killed, kicked, shunned, all of that to vote. And then I'm just so, kind of sad that John Lewis didn't get to see the outcome of his work. I mean, he's seen it with Obama and he's seen it through the changes of time, but not this. He didn't like 45 and he wanted him out. And just to know that the work that he did before he died paid off. Now, if you have been under a historic rock, and you don't know who John Lewis is, first, shame on you. And yes, I'm shaming you for that. Secondly, if you don't know, I understand that you may not know some things. Go look it up and go research. But the latest figures based on 2020 votes counted were known as the early voting. And I did that. And I mailed my ballot in and got the confirmation. My daughters and I, they got the confirmation that they got it. But, okay. So let's talk about the record. So from 1980, I don't want to share all of that. It's a lot. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to share. I don't want to share that because I just saw something about the voting. But what I do want to say is, and this is live, and I'm just talking to you right in your living room, like you're sitting right next to me. And this is, again, it's going to be a short episode today. But so many people were concerned about the coronavirus, and how are we going to vote? How are we going to stand in line? What were we going to do? But so many millions of people mailed in their ballots or voted early or stood in the line on November 3rd and to vote. They didn't care that it was raining. They didn't care in some places that it was cold. The lines were long. Coronavirus was out there. They stuck with it. If you went on social media that day, you saw all the lines, all the people tweeting, all the people being a part of this historic election. Now, I will say this. I didn't even want, on November 3rd, I went to sleep. And I know they said it would be a few days because they had to count all the ballots. And I went to sleep and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get off of social media. I'm going to get off and I'm just going to wake up ignorant. I don't want to know right away because I don't want to be antsy. I want to be able to be free and be okay. Then when I woke up and then I didn't hear any news and I was like, I just want to just stumble upon the news to see who won. And then of course days went on, and then finally yesterday morning we found out. And then Kamala Harris had on her Instagram, "We did it, Joe. We did it. You are the next president of the United States of America." So again, all the AKAs, all the black women, everybody was going berserk. And what a sight to see. People coming together with one common goal, and that was to heal this country and change some things and bring empathy and compassion back into America. So many people were saying they were proud to be American again, even when Kamala's speech, who she came out to, Mary J. Blige, worked that, by the way. I know Van Jones said it was Beyonce. No, it was MJB. And that song is already encouraging, and, you know, it's just a prideful song. Hope, accepting you for who you are, loving who you are, working whatever you got to be the best version of you. So I thought that was awesome that she came out to that song. I'm surprised she didn't dance though, because she's always dancing, but she's always smiling, and she was doing that, and she was just proud to make her mom proud to have her nieces look at her and other black women. It was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. And to see that the country is ready. She says, "While I may be the first woman in the office, I will not be the last, because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities." And I agree. And I know we're going to have a woman president, a female president soon. A lot of people thought we wouldn't have a black president. Now we have had a black president 2 terms. The first family, the Obamas will always be the first family. And now we have the first woman, a HBCU graduate of Howard University, an AKA a woman's woman who wants to uplift and motivate women. And that's what we all need to do. So on today's show, I just briefly wanted to celebrate women, celebrate victory, celebrate hope, celebrate healing, and celebrate just the love of other women women and what sisterhood really means. It's about standing behind one sister with our attributes and our great qualities to help another woman that we see wants to succeed for the greater good of all women. Yes, all women are pretty dope. All women are awesome. All women are superheroes and amazing. But Black women, there's something special about us. I'm going to go ahead and say it. And it doesn't mean that other women aren't as dope as us or other women aren't beautiful, but we are. And we know when we want to do something, we're going to do it by any means necessary. We're going to show you that we are powerful beyond measure, that anything that we set our minds to, we can do it. And Black men were supporting Black women. We already know that's a thing where we don't feel protected. We don't feel safe in a lot of spaces. And that doesn't mean that that's still not true. But when it was down to the wire and it was down to change, I heard a lot of Black men, even my husband was like, oh, I know a Black woman is going to, work the hell out of this country in a good way and help and build and grow. And this is the best thing for this country. And to hear him say that and other men say that, it felt good. And not to say that it makes up for, not protecting us and not hearing us and not valuing us. But I think that this is the shift that we need. I think this is the shift that will change people's perspective of us. And we know that Michelle Obama was holding it down in the White House. We know that she was the neck of the head of this free world. And a quote by her is, "Do not ever let anyone make you feel like you don't matter." This is from Michelle Obama. Or like you don't have a place in our American history, in our story, because you do. And you have a right to be exactly who you are. And that's by our forever First Lady. And it's so funny that First Lady could be the president if she wanted to. I'm just saying. And she also quotes Michelle Obama, "You don't have to say anything to the haters. You don't have to acknowledge them at all. You just wake up every morning and be the best you can be. And that tends to shut them up." Yes, Shell. Everybody was calling her Shell. Yes, Shell. And she is like just forever the First Lady. Love her. But I just in case, I know you voted for Kamala Harris, but I just want to read about read for you about her. She's an American politician and attorney who is the vice president-elect of the United States. They had to update that Wikipedia. A member of the democracy in the Democratic Party. She is set to assume office January 2021 alongside President-elect John Biden. Did I say John? Joe Biden. I'm reading this and I'm reading ahead, and as a woman, I'm just really, really, really full. Harris will be the first Asian American, the first African American, and the first female vice president in U.S. history, and thus high-ranking female elected official in the United States history. Being both Indian and Afro-Caribbean, that ancestry, Harris is multiracial and a multiracial American. She was born in Oakland, California. Harris graduated from Howard University and the University of California, Hastings College of Law. She began her career in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office before she was recruited to San Francisco District Attorney and later the City Attorney of San Francisco's office in 2003. She was elected District Attorney of San Francisco. She was elected Attorney General of California in 2010 and reelected in 2014. Harris ran for 2020 Democratic presidential nomination and attracted national attention before ending her campaign in December of 2019. She was announced as Biden's running mate on August 11th, 2020. On November 7th, 2020, the race was called in favor of the Biden and Harris ticket. She will be the second vice president of significance of non-European ancestry, following Charles Curtis, who served from 1929 to 1933 alongside President Herbert Hoover. So that was just a little bit about Kamala Harris. Of course, do your research, look up the policies and the changes that they're going to make, support them, continue to support your local government, and continue to research, challenge, celebrate the new team that's going to be the blue team that's going to be in the White House. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in due time. This is the time for this change. We need it. Again, it's about healing this country. It's about hope still, as Obama tried to bring, and it's about a new day and a new change. I look forward to see what this duo can do in the changes that they're going to make for the betterment of the United States of America, for the betterment of Black folks, and the betterment of women all around the world. Because the world is looking at us, and they have been embarrassed over the last 4 years for us. They have felt sorry for us, and we have been disrespected in many ways from other countries. Now we are bringing it back around, and we're bringing the democracy back around, and your vote counted, my vote counted, and now the work begins. So stand behind a woman in your life. Take the time to celebrate a woman, because you never know where that woman is going to go. So support them on the ground, and then when they rise, you can just smile in honor of them. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Shine with Kendell Lenice. I'm so glad that you joined me. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a message. And if you want me to talk about any other subject, please let me know by emailing me at kendelllenice@gmail.com. Also visit livingtruelivingyou.com for more information about me. God bless.
Shine with Kendell Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.
Today's show is sponsored by 617 Lip Love, Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm by K. Lenice. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. This product is for men and women, and its signature flavor, eucalyptus mint. It's the bomb, y'all. Get it today at leniceboutique.com. Protect your lips, heal your lips at all costs. 617 Lip Love, Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. Support Black businesses. Support women-owned businesses. leniceboutique.com.